Action.
Hi everyone. In this session we're going to look at a brief history of mindfulness practice. The origins of living mindfully cannot be pinned down absolutely, as in itself being aware is not a formal practice. It is likely that in the ancient past, at least on a basic level, humans were more in touch with nature and with what was going on externally. These children of the universe were definitely not multi-screening. However, as we now know, ancient tribes have always had power struggles, made war, and done all sorts of crazy things. So it's probably best to correlate the beginnings of mindfulness with the first growth of meditation, which also predates written record. It is generally accepted that the first people to formally practice meditation lived on the Indian subcontinent over 7,000 years ago. Many people point to the view that meditation, which forms a huge part of yoga, is a tantric practice originally followed by devotees of Shiva. Indeed, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika from the 15th century states that it was developed by a tantric sage with the same name. Other written sources, such as the Shiva Shimita, claim the same thing. That is why in India, Shiva is called the king of yoga. He's believed to have lived on the subcontinent during the first Vedic Aryan invasion of India. Subsequently, meditation became integrated within wider Hindu society, and over time also became part of Buddhism, itself a development of that society's practices. Approximately 600 BC, Siddhartha Gautama, Buddha, reached enlightenment by meditating under a Bodhi tree. The major break between Buddhism and Hinduism occurred as Buddha's followers did not believe meditation to be a means of getting closer to a higher being, a god, but rather as a means of realizing one's interconnectedness with all things. More or less in parallel with the development of Buddhism, Taoism, also known as Taoism, due to historic issues in translation, was on the rise in China. Taoism is a philosophical tradition of Chinese origin which emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao. Tao is a word signifying the way or key. Tao is an intuitive knowing of life that cannot be grasped wholeheartedly as just a concept, but has to be known through actual living experience of one's everyday being. And surprisingly, when followers of Buddhism and Taoism met, they had quite a lot in common and started to adopt each other's practices, culminating in Zen Buddhism. Zen emphasizes rigorous self-control, meditation practice, insight into the Buddha nature, and the personal expression of this insight in daily life, especially for the benefit of others. It de-emphasizes knowledge of text and favors direct understanding through Zen, the nature of existence. In more recent times, the developed countries of the world are seeing an increase in the number of people that do not follow a specific religion. This has led to the growing popularity of mindfulness, a way of being not directly tied to a faith. It's open to all. Whilst it can be argued that there have been many mindful people before, John Kabat-Zinn and his pioneering research, which began in 1979 and led to the mindfulness-based stress reduction program, has popularized the term and brought it into the public eye. In the next session, we are going to look at the benefits of meditation. See you soon.